Mike, let's start with the Cardinals. And here we are, more than a year removed from Kurt Warner walking away, and they are still in desperate search of a quarterback. How will they fill that need this offseason?
Well, some people in the past thought Donovan McNabb might make sense for them. He even has a home down there in Phoenix, but they didn't even come close to sniffing him out last offseason, and they're not going to this offseason either. Ken Wisniewski's almost oddly confident in their situation there, and definitely higher on the young guys, particularly John Skelton. I think they have to go for a veteran. They wanted Mark Bolger last offseason. The timing wasn't really right. That could happen this offseason. And remember, too, kind of behind all this, Larry Fitzgerald's heading into the last year of his deal, and he's watching pretty closely to see what they do. So they have to upgrade that position, and I think they have to bring in a veteran. Well,
this is a theme throughout the division. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that the 49ers actually met with Cam Newton, and it's interesting because they still have Alex Smith on their roster. What are their plans addressing the quarterback spot?
Well, Alex Smith is without a contract for 2011, and I'm guessing he's going to want to look around. I mean, it just hasn't worked out there for him, and I'm sure he'll be excited to talk to Jim Harbaugh, but he needs to see what's out there, and they do too. The problem for them is there may not be much out there. I mean, we're going into this offseason without a labor deal. You can't make trades until there is one. They may have to make a decision in the draft on a quarterback they're not entirely comfortable with. And I think that's why Alex Smith is still in the equation there. And Jim Harbaugh has actually met with him and talked to him and talked him up. So as much as 49er fans probably don't want to hear it, he could be in the mix just by default this offseason.
Well, the one team in the division that is definitely set for the future of quarterback, the St. Louis Rams. Offensive Rookie of the Year Sam Bradford has that locked down. So what are they looking to do to put around Sam that can help them into next season?
Well, you're right. They've invested at quarterback. They have Steven Jackson still, and they've put a lot of money into their offensive line. So when I watched them last season, they were just lacking in firepower on the outside. And to me, that's why all this talk about Julio Jones out of Alabama makes a ton of sense. I mean, he not only did he have a great combine, but he has what they've been missing. Now, they're not going to force it. They have some receivers. Too bad for them, though. Most of them have injury concerns. Donnie Avery, Mark Clayton, Denario Alexander have knee issues. They have gone offense so far, also under Steve Spagnuolo to this point. So don't be surprised if they go defense early. It would make some sense, but somewhere along the lines here, they have to upgrade around Bradford. And I think if one of those top two receivers is there in the first round, that's the direction they probably go.
All right, let's wrap up at the top. Division winner Seattle also has a hole at quarterback. So how will they address their needs?
They're a little bit stuck right now because, Matt Hasselbeck is probably their best option. There's no trade market right now. They're picking only 25th. I think I'll be very interested to see what happens in this draft if Jake Locker is still there. Locker had a good combine by all accounts, and Pete Carroll being in the Pac-10 will be very familiar with him. I think they need to get some fresh blood in there, but they may find themselves in a situation sort of like the 49ers where there aren't a lot of great options out there, and you may have to go back to what's comfortable just for another year, sort of as a transition year, and then reassess.
Jake Locker does seem to be a perfect fit for Seattle. If he's still around, might be interesting to see. All right, Mike Sando with the news on the NFC West teams. Mike, thanks. We appreciate it.
Thank you.